A lot is going on in Latin America. Mexico may see its first ever female president. The Argentine peso is collapsing amid the country's highest inflation in 3 decades. And Brazil's new president, Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, continues to wrestle with a deeply polarized political environment. But one thing is certain: billionaires in the region are increasing their wealth and new fortunes keep cropping up. The average Latin American billionaire's net worth rose by 23% this year, and the list welcomed 21 new faces from the region, up from 1 last year. In total, 63 of Latin America's richest saw their fortunes increase, and the region counted 21 new billionaires and 10 returnees. Some of the region's wealthiest include telecom magnate Carlos Slim, Meta's Eduardo Savin, and the co-founder of Latin America's largest unicorn, David Velez. Here are the 5 richest billionaires in Latin America. Number 5. Vicki Saffra and family. Vicki Saffra and her children inherited her husband Joseph Saffra's fortune after he passed away in 2020. He was the world's richest banker at the time. 3 years later, an inheritance lawsuit filed in the New York State Supreme Court by her son Alberto Saffra claimed that his mother and brothers had diluted his stake in Saffra National Bank. The case was dismissed for lack of personal jurisdiction in March 2024. Vicki Saffra was born in Greece and retains both Greek and Brazilian citizenship. She resides mostly in Switzerland. Number 4. Iris Fontbona and family. The widow of Andronico Luksic and her children inherited a multi-billion-dollar mining business, along with a diversified Chilean conglomerate. Her stepson, Andronico Luksic Craig, who led Quinhenico as chairman since 2013, stepped down in December. Meanwhile, his brother, Jean-Paul, chairs the board of the family's mining business, Antofagasta, which brought in $6.3 billion in revenue in 2023. Number 3. Hermon Laca, Mota-Velasco and family. Hermon Laca, press-shy and elusive, built his fortune by expanding Grupo Mexico after taking over as president and CEO in 1994. The conglomerate owns the country's largest mining company, producing nearly 1 million tons of copper a year. Laca was reportedly in talks to acquire Banamex, Citigroup's Mexican banking unit, for $7 billion. In May, the deal was scrapped as Citi announced it would pursue an IPO for that arm instead. Number 2. Eduardo Savin. The Facebook co-founder's wealth has jumped by $17.8 billion since last year, making him Brazil's richest citizen in 2024. Savin was born in Sao Paulo, but grew up in Miami. Shares of Meta, which make up the bulk of Savin's fortune, have tripled since last year, and his stake, estimated at less than 5%, is now worth $27 billion. In 2015, Savin, a resident of Singapore, founded venture capital firm B Capital, which has more than $5 billion in assets under management. And at number 1, Carlos Slim Helu and family. Slim, who ranked as the richest person in the world from 2010 to 2013, was worth $74 billion at his peak in 2011. Though there are now 13 others ahead of him, he's still wealthier than he's ever been, thanks largely to a 60% jump in shares of his industrial conglomerate, Grupo Carso, which reached deals of over $655 million to boost its investments in the energy sector.